Okay, so I called this regular meeting of the Board of Public Works to order. First up, we have messages from board members. Any messages from the board?
Am I on? Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to big thank you again for everyone who's out working every day to keep the city nice and clean and beautiful, and stay safe.
Thanks, Beth. Next up, we have petitions and remonstrances. So this is an opportunity for anyone in the public that has a comment on anything that's not on the agenda tonight. So is there any public comment on something that's not on the agenda?
Again, this is Adam Wason, Public Works Director. If you do have any public comment at this time, please either do the raise hand function in Zoom or add something to the chat. Dana, I think we have very few members of the public on the meeting right now, and I don't see anything on the Facebook, but you can go ahead. I don't see anything on chat.
Okay, thank you. We have Title VI enforcement on the agenda, but I don't see anything under there, so it looks like we don't have anything there. Nope. Next up is consent agenda. The consent agenda includes the approval of minutes from September 15th, 2020, the resolution 2020-51, approve renewal of mobile vendor in the public right-of-way, Sober Joe, approve quarterly staff report pursuant to amended resolution 2016-02, which is the staff level approval of standard development encroachment requirements. We have approve request for extension of temporary one-lane closure on Walnut Street and West 4th Street from Wilhelm Construction for October 1st, 2020 through December 12th, 2021. And then the approval of payroll. Do we have any public comment on the consent agenda?
Raised or any items in the group chat?
Okay, any questions or anything that needs to be removed from the consent agenda? Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
And I second. And motion passes.
Do all in favor.
Okay, well, I didn't know if I had to do that since it's just.
Yeah, you still have, I think, just for safety's sake here.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes now. Okay, next up we have new business. Resolution 2020-50, which is the approval of the right-of-way encroachment for the Banneker Center Black Lives Matter street mural.
Good evening. Can everybody hear me?
Barely.
Yeah, good. All right. Sean Starwitz, City of Bloomington ESD. The City of Bloomington Economic Sustainable Development Department, Board of Parks Commissioners, Banneker Community Center and Advisory Council, the Bloomington Arts Commission, the Office of the Mayor, Community Family Resources, and the Bloomington Common Council endorsed the painting of the Black Lives Matter mural on Elm Street between West 7th and West 8th Street on October 17th with a rain date of the 24th, the following Saturday, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. We are also planning an additional mural to be located downtown pending some public engagement. So we'll be coming back to the board for that approval at a separate time. And this interdepartmental project is requesting the support of the Board of Public Works to permit the use of public right-of-way and join in this public display for our Black and Brown residents who have been fighting for justice and equality. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you all may have on behalf of any of those departments or organizations.
Thanks, Sean.
Sean, I'm just, go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead, Beth.
I just have a question about the possibility of defacement of the mural. Is there any way that there's a camera or anything on the building that could capture this if it does happen?
That's a great question that has been brought up. I think based off of the conversation with the Banneker Advisory Council, who's been really leading this conversation, want to use that as, if there is defacement, that's part of the process of this mural. Obviously, we would pay the artist to come back in and do maintenance. There was a similar incident that happened in Indy where it was defaced, and the artist actually wanted the defacement to stay because that showed that there's still work that needs to be done in the community of Indianapolis. So it's kind of, there isn't a camera necessarily on the Banneker Elm Street viewing point of view. So I think that would be part of the conversation between artists and the community itself about why this mural would have been defaced and those kinds of things. So it's really kind of up to the artist to kind of guide us on how we want to handle that. But we do have maintenance funds that the BAC kind of oversees. We've partnered with Parks and Public Works on various opportunities or maintenance issues when those arise.
Thank you, Sean.
Do we have any public comment?
I do not see any at this time. And there's nothing on the chat, so I don't see anything.
Okay, thanks. Is there a motion? Beth, would you like to make a motion? And you might be muted if
I'm
you're
sorry,
trying-
I must have been muted. I'm sorry. I move that I already did this. I move that we approve resolution 2020-50, right-of-way encroachment for Banneker Center Black Lives Matter mural.
And I second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you all.
Next up, we have resolution 2020-48, approve order to vacate structure at 231 North Adams.
Hi, Mike Arnold from Hand. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Great. So this is a property, 231 North Adams Street. It was hit by a vehicle, and portion of the structure has been knocked off the foundation. We feel it's an unsafe structure for occupancy at this time, so we're asking that it be vacated until such time the repairs are made to make it safe for livability. And then added to it, we did an orders to seal so that the structure remains sealed to prevent unauthorized access until such time the repairs can be made.
Any questions from the board?
The only question I have is, are we doing these separately, the resolution separately? He's included both of them in his comments.
You can do them separate or together. It's up to you.
Okay,
Let's do
thank
two
you.
motions with the order to vacate
All right.
and then the order to seal and then the order to vacate, please.
That's the way it is. Okay, thank you. I move that we approve resolution 2020-48, approve order to vacate structure at 231 North Adams.
Okay. Is there any public comment on this?
I don't see any.
Okay. And I second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
And then, yeah, let's do a motion for the other one too. Or actually, yeah, that's exactly what we need to do.
The order to seal. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
So I move that we approve resolution 2020-49, approve order to seal structure at 231 North Adams.
And I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thanks. Next up, we have the approval of addendum number 2 to agreement for consulting services for the 7th Street Bike Lane Improvements Project with American Structure Point, Inc.
Good evening, Neil Copper, Planning and Transportation. This is a project to install physically protected bicycle lanes on 7th Street between the Beeline Trail and Woodlawn Avenue. This is part of the city's bicentennial bond package. American Structure Point is currently under contract to do the design for this project. This addendum adds services for some unanticipated driveway redesign, as well as new green stormwater infrastructure in coordination with City of Bloomington Utilities. CBU has funds to do green stormwater infrastructure, including rain gardens, and they're interested in partnering on this project. So we need to add in the design services in order to make that happen. The additional services add $21,025 for a new contract not to exceed amount of $366,007. Staff recommends approval, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thanks, Neil. Any questions, Beth?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, any public comment on the matter?
I see no hands raised and I see no chat.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve addendum number 2 to agreement for consulting services for the 7th Street Bike Lane Improvements Project with American Structure Point, Inc.
And I second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thanks. Next up, we have approved change order number 3 for the Winslow Henderson Path Project.
Matt Smethers with Planning and Transportation. Change order number 3 covers 2 minor additional work items, as well as some overruns and underruns on the contract unit prices. 4 of the 6 overrun items, the city had requested additional work, which caused us to overrun on those items. And then we had 2 underruns that were substantial because of a staircase and a handrail that couldn't be constructed because of site conditions. Change order would increase the contract amount by $27,777. This change order is also contingent upon approval of the Redevelopment Commission, and we will take it to them on their October 5th meeting. I'd be glad to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions from the board?
No.
Okay, any public comment? Seeing none, is there a motion?
I move that we approve change order number. I move that we approve change order number 3 for the Winslow Henderson Path Project.
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Next up, we have approved change orders number 3 and 4 for the 2nd Bloomfield Multimodal Safety Project.
Matt Smethers with Planning and Transportation again. Change orders 3 and 4 will adjust the completion dates for the project. Change order 3 will adjust the intermediate completion date by 16 days, and that was caused by a delay in issuing the notice to proceed for the project. Change order 4 will adjust the final completion date by 135 days, and that was caused by delay in getting some supplies from a manufacturer for the project. Neither of these change orders will change the contract amount. I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have.
Great. Any questions?
Has the project been completed?
Yes, it was completed in the spring.
Okay, thank you.
Any public comment?
I did not see any.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve change orders number 3 and number 4 for the 2nd Bloomfield Multimodal Safety Project.
And I second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Next up is approve request for temporary road closure on West 10th Street Trades District Garage from Garmon Construction for October 26th, 2020 through November 20th, 2020.
Hi, Sarah Gomez with the Planning and Transportation Department. Garmon Construction is requesting a temporary road and sidewalk closure on West 10th Street between North Rogers and North Madison as part of the Trades District Garage project at the corner of 10th and Rogers. So this request is intended to accommodate delivery of the precast panels for the garage. The traffic control would be in place, as you stated, October 26th through November 20th, 2020. Garmon has supplied traffic plans, maintenance traffic plans, and have reached out to adjacent property owners as needed. And staff has reviewed the request and recommend granting permission to Garmon for the temporary road and sidewalk closure on West 10th Street. And I believe Chad Davis with us here. If we have any additional questions I can't answer.
Thank you. Any questions from the board?
Have you had any complaints there about from any of the area residents or people around other businesses for the length of the closure?
I haven't received any. Chad, have you heard anything from adjacent property owners?
No, I have not.
Okay.
And those parking, the 2 parking lots right there on that street, those are still open, right, and functional for those businesses?
That's correct.
Okay. Okay, any public comment?
I do not see any.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve a request for temporary road closure on West 10th Street, Trades District Garage from Garmon Construction, October 26, 2020 to November 20th, 2020.
And I second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up is award contract for Recover Forward Sidewalk project.
Hello again, this is Adam Wason, Public Works Director. We received in some bids yesterday for some sidewalk projects that we're gonna ask the board to reject those bids based one came in after the deadline and the other came in well above budget. So we're gonna ask that the board reject those bids while we try to rework the projects and bring something back sooner than later, hopefully.
Okay, thanks, Adam.
So this would be bids as received.
Sorry, you broke up there a little bit. What did you say?
Oh, did I? I said this would be a request of the board to pass a motion to reject the bids as received.
Great, thanks. Do we have a motion?
I move that we reject all bids as received for the Recover Forward Sidewalk project.
And I second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next up is staff reports and other business.
Again, Adam Wason, Public Works Director. Just a couple brief updates. We've kicked off our downtown alley projects. If anybody's been on the north side of the square in recent days or weeks, last week or so, this is we're resurfacing the alleys on the north side of the square, and then on the northeast side of the square where the Bluebird and such is. So doing 2 blocks of alley renewals in the downtown Centennial Bond spending projects from last year. So excited about those. If you're in the area, just keep an eye out for the crews. They're moving pretty quick, and hoping to have both those projects wrapped up by November. And otherwise, the Kirkwood closures have all been received. We're getting a lot of thanks from the restaurant community and the business owners, and a lot of really good positive feedback from the public. So thank the board and the city council for making that happen. And that's
Adam, I have a comment.
please, Beth.
Yeah, I was downtown the other day, and I was standing waiting for a ride next to the Wicks Building alley, north-south alley.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a family there, parents and students, obviously, and they went back in the alley and took pictures. They want to take pictures back in there. So the students were back there, and the parents were taking photos of them. So I just want to let you know, people are using it already. It's looking good. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thanks, Beth. Okay, we have planning and transportation Title 12 updates next.
I think that was just going to be for the, that was just for yesterday's work session to get you folks up to speed that what would be going to city council. So we don't need to do anything there. I think we'd be on claims.
Okay, and then approval of claims. Was there any questions on claims? Okay.
Would you like a motion?
I think we have to ask for
Muted.
public comment here as well.
Yeah, is there any public comment? I don't see anything in the chat.
It doesn't look like we have any members of the public outside of Emily left.
Okay, is there a motion?
I move that we approve claims $1,891,614.02.
And I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. And if there's nothing else, I will call for adjournment.
Great. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great evening.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kat.
Thanks, Dana. Bye, Adam. Bye-bye.